All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Pep Talk. I am your host. I am your coach. Most importantly, I'm your friend, Dr. Ellis. Thank you for being here for Pep Talk, where we have lunch and learn, where we feed the stomach and feed the mind. Thank you for making the world a better place, and you do that by how? Making yourself better, which is called personal self-development. First thing God told man was to be fruitful and do what? Multiply, to grow, increase, get better. We serve a God of increase. So I want to thank you for tuning in today. For those who have not tuned in and maybe your first time tuning in, it's Pep Talk. Today is Thursday, and we can all use a little what? Pep Talk. A little encouragement, a little motivation, a little stimulation, a little inspiration, a little exhortation. We could all use that, all right? And for those who don't know, Pep Talk stands for Pastor Ellis Powell, teacher, author, life coach. All right? Got it. All right. Let's get back to where we were on Tuesday as we finished this up, the 15 laws of life. 15 laws of life. All right? So let me go ahead and do a quick recap of the 7 we went through already. All right? And the reason I'm talking about the laws, because nature is governed by laws. All right? You can't get past it. God set laws in place. And the reason I'm teaching about the 15 laws of life, because even in the good book, you guys know I always go to the good book, being the Bible, Jesus says, I came that you might have life and have life more abundantly. I came that you might have life, because I came to show you how to live by the laws. And the laws are guaranteed to work. The laws is no respecter of person. Doesn't care if you're black, white, blue, green, young, old, tall, short. Doesn't matter. Whoever uses it gets it. Whoever doesn't use it doesn't get it. That's just how it works, all right? So your job is to understand the law and work it. That's it. And the law works for anybody who uses it, all right? The thing of the matter is that the ministry, the church, is supposed to understand the laws and be teaching the people how to work the laws. So therefore, and you must work the laws by faith, and therefore, you're able to have a successful life. And that's the reason the world is supposed to be pressing into the kingdom of God, because the kingdom of God literally is, at the end of the day, the laws of what govern your life. Now, the reason it's very important you understand this and know this is because, well, who do you think put the laws in place? I'll wait. God. Right, God put them in place. So you must understand and have a relationship with him to understand what the laws is and allow your life to be fruitful. That's how it works. In other words, let me get you to understand this. Because when you mention God, people say, well, I'll just pray to God and God will give it to me. No, it doesn't work that way. He can't go against his word. His word is the laws. He can't go against his laws, all right? In other words, you can't just pray for a tree. Give me a tree, give me a tree, give me a tree, God. Believe it or not, some Christian folks actually believe you could do that. Pray for a tree, and you get a tree. No. The tree says, give me a seed. If you give me a seed, I'll give you a tree. See, that's the law. That's the law of reaping and sowing, which in essence is a cause and effect. That's how it works. See, so you can't just pray. No, you gotta understand the laws. All right, and we'll get to that because praying actually is a law itself. We'll get to that. All right. So here's the 7 laws, and we can knock these 8 out today. All right. One was the law of love. The reason I started with the law of love, why? Because God is love. God is love. And if God is love, then love is God. God is the most powerful thing there is in the universe. He's the creator. And if God is love, then love, everything was created in love. Everything was created out of love. Everything was created for love. The most important thing you could even have in your life, crazy as it may sound, is love. A lot of people say, well, no, it's money. No. That's where you're on the world mindset. Money is not the most important thing. Love is. Why? You can't even buy it. That itself makes it the most valuable thing there is. You can't even buy love. You just can't. And unfortunately, you got so many people in relationships and in marriages right now who don't even have love. And that's just downright sad. You're truly broke now. Not because you don't have any money. You don't have any love. Everything is about love. Jesus says all the law and all the prophets hang on one commandment. Everything that was in the Bible hangs on one commandment, and that is love thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, and all thy might, and love thy neighbor as thyself. He says all the laws hangs on this. Why? Because it's the law of love. You got to love. You got to be able to love God, be able to love yourself, be able to love everybody else. You don't love everybody else, it's mainly because you don't love yourself. All right? Then you walk around life mean and bitter, full of malice and jealous and strife and stress and hatred. Should I keep going? Right. So love. Love is what it's all about. If you had to choose anything in life first, choose love. It's beautiful. You appreciate life a whole lot better. Matter of fact, when you got love, you more focus on what you do have, and you hardly ever focus on what you don't have. When you don't have love, you're more focused at the end of the day of what you don't have, and you don't even look at what you do have. Love. The law of love, all right? So, I told you that the law of love is equal to the love you give. You want more love? Give more love. That's how it works. That's the law. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't ask you if it made any sense. I just told you that's the law. The law of love is equal to the love you give. You want more of it, give more of it. The good book says the measure you use, the same measure will be used back to you, all right? So I don't want to go too deep in it because I already talked about these things on Tuesday. The second one was the law of cause and effect. What you sow is what you will reap. That's law. You can't get past it. I can't get past it. You can't get past it. That's the way it's been roughly about 6,000 years. It's been that way. All right? It's been that way for about 6,000 years. Can't do nothing about it. And it'll continue to be that way because it's law. It won't change. So, whatever you want more of, sow more of. All right? You want more success, sow more success. This is how it is. You want more money, sow more money. That's how it works. Crazy as it may sound, that's how it works. All right? Law of creativity, we talked about that. What we focus on is what we create. Whatever dominates your mind, you will bring into creation. All right? So whatever dominates your mind, you will bring into creation. It's the law of creation. All right? We talked about Genesis 1, about God creating the heavens and the earth. All right? He focused on that. The law of humility was number 4. Accept what is and let go of what was. Accept what is and let go of what was. And make changes toward what will be. What you refuse to accept will continue for you. What you refuse to accept. Some people just don't want to accept whatever it is. Accept it. All right? Accept what it is and let go of what was, and then you can move on to your future. That was 4. Law of growth. Our own growth can happen over any circumstances. Whatever you focus on grows. We talked about that, the law of growth. Whatever you feed grows. Whatever you starve dies. I'll say it again. Whatever you feed grows. Whatever you starve dies. You feed stress and drama, it'll continue to grow. You feed your faith, your hope, your desires, your dreams, that'll continue to grow. You're feeding your relationship, your marriage, it'll continue to grow. You starve it, don't give it much attention, much time, it'll die. Got it? That's the law of growth. Nothing you can do about it. Whatever you feed will grow. Your mind, your spirituality, your mentality, your health, your finances, whatever you feed, it will grow. All right, number 6 was the law of responsibility. Our lives are of our own doing, nothing else. It's the law of responsibility. Wherever you're at right now, you did it. Wherever you want to go, you're going to have to do it. It's the law of responsibility. That's the highest level of maturity. It's taking what? Full responsibility. Not because of my daddy, not because of my mama, not because of my husband, not because of my wife, not because of my kids, not because of the side of tracks I grew up on. No, just take the responsibility and get her done. That's it. And the last one we talked about on Tuesday was the law of connection. Everything in the universe is connected, both large and small. All right? I talked about the six degrees of separation, how we're all 6 people away from everything we could ever want. So, just remember that. The old saying when I grew up in the 70s was everything is everything. And it really is, because it's all connected. It's all relevant. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with. Sure, it does. It has everything to do with it. It's almost like you making your kids clean up their room and take the trash out and all that. It's like, well, what's that got to do with anything? No, what you're doing is you're making sure that they grow up to be neat, responsible, having their life in order, all because of that room. See, it's connected. It's connected. Can you trust them? All that's connected. All right? It's law of connection. All right, let's get to the next 8 so we can be done with it for the day. All right, let's get to the new one. The law of focus. The law of focus. One cannot direct attention beyond a single task. Let me be very clear. You cannot do 2 things at one time. You cannot do this whole myth and misrepresentation, shall I say, regarding multitasking. No, you can't do 2 things at the same time. We were not created for that. You can only do one thing at a time. Now, I'm not saying you can't put a load of clothes in the washing machine over here, clean up the room over here, and, I don't know, vacuuming or something somewhere else, or boiling some eggs on the stove. So in your mind, you're doing 3 things at the same time. Not exactly. You can only focus your mind on one thing at a time. That's it. One thing. So when you're out there putting them clothes in the washing machine, that's all you can focus on was the washing machine until you got them clothes in there, and then you completed that task. Then you can move into turning the stove on, putting the eggs in the pot, running some water in there, and then putting them on there to boil that. So in your mind, you're doing 2 or 3 things at the same time. But technically, no. Your mind can only operate on focus on one thing at a time. That's called the law of focus. But remember this. Wherever your attention goes, that's where your power flows. Wherever your attention goes, that's where your power flows. If you're giving all your focus on this, well, that's what we'll continue to magnify. That's what's called even like an old magnifying glass. No matter how small it is, you magnify it, you put all the attention on it, and it will expand. What are you focusing on? The good or the bad? Because either way, it's expanding. What are you focusing on? What do you talk about the most? That's what's expanding. What are you thinking about the most? That's what's expanding. Remember, I tell you all the time, we become what we think about most of the time. We become what we think about most of the time. So therefore, you can't blame your teachers, you can't blame your friends, you can't blame your family members, because why? You're with you all day, every day. What do you think about most of the time? That's it. That's what you focus on. If you want to change your life, change your focus. Change the channel. Change the frequency. You change the vibration. The law of focus. Remember the old the lenses on the camera? Getting focus. The more you focus, the clearer it gets. What do you focus on? What do you focus on? All right. The law of hospitality and giving. The law of, you say, that's a law? Yes, the law of hospitality and giving. Watch this. Demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions. Demonstrating our selflessness shows true intentions. Demonstrating our selflessness shows our true intentions. Well, you're not in self. See, either you're selfish or selfless. Selfless. You think about yourself less. All right? That's the only way you can show true hospitality and giving. When it comes to tithing and giving in even the church, you're thinking of yourself less. All right? Which is why you're thinking of God more. All right? That's the only way you can do it. The only way you can be nice to people. Hospitality. The only way you can give. You're thinking of yourself less and thinking of something else more or someone else more. This is the law of life. All right? The next law, the law of change. This is a good one here. The law of change. History repeats itself unless we change our path. History will always continue to repeat itself. I told you on Tuesday, it's like karma. They continue to come back. But people pretty much have misinterpret karma. Most people think karma comes back to you to punish you. It doesn't. Karma comes back to help you learn. You see, I continue to do the same thing over and over and over. It's because you hadn't learned it yet. Once you learn and pass it, it'll go. Because see, on the other side of test is promotion. You can't be promoted. You can't go to the next level until you pass the test. So karma will continue to take you through the same summer school program until you get it. I keep meeting the same girls. I keep meeting the same guys. I keep dealing with the same jobs. I keep dealing with the same because you have not figured it out yet. Karma is not there to punish you. Karma is there to help you learn so you can pass. All right? So the law of change says history repeats itself unless we change. So it keeps coming back for us to change, not for us to change it, because it won't change. It'll come back to change us. And that's how you get growth. That's how you get better. Oh, so now I'll do this differently now. Otherwise, you'll continue to get what you've always got. The reason you'll continue to get what you've always got is because you'll continue to do what you've always done. So it keeps coming back so you can change what you're doing so you can get something different. That's how it works. Change is constant, but you can change the direction. Change is constant, but you can choose the direction. Time is moving right now as I'm talking to you. Time is moving. Seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, years, centuries. It's moving. The earth is rotating right now on its axis. Everything is moving right now. Change is constant, which means we have to constantly change. Any person goes, well, man, just the way I am. I ain't changing. People look at that person like, oh, my God, you are so in trouble. You got to change. I can't tell you how many times I've changed, and I must continue to change if I'm going to continue to excel. If I'm going to continue to learn and to grow and to become better, I got to continue to change. That's just the way life is. I got to continue to learn. I know more now at 49 than I did at 39. I know more at 39 than I did at 29. I know more at 29 than I did at 19. I know more at 19 than I did at the age 9. I have to constantly keep changing. Now, unfortunately, most people refuse to change. Why? Mostly rebellious. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. Because they have yet to see the benefits of changing and how that opened the door of opportunity to so many other things that's keeping them out because they won't change. Another reason people don't change, just lazy. Just lazy. That's all. I ain't doing much. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm binging YouTube. I'm binging Netflix. I'm binging Hulu. I'm binging whatever it is. I'm on Instagram all day. I'm on whatever all day. But I'm just lazy. I don't want to change. Right. Some people won't change because it's work. It's work involved. The time, the money, the effort. It takes work to change. Yeah, that's another thing. Now, a baby from 1 day old to 18, all you got to do is feed it. And that child will continue to change. But after that, everybody else, change is intentional. It's intentional. It won't happen accidental. All right? Another reason people have not changed yet, they hadn't accepted the truth yet. You got to accept truth. And truth is confrontational. Let me put that out there. Truth is truth is confrontational. People don't want to hear the truth. People say they do. People really don't want to hear the truth. The truth is no more than a mirror, and it shows back at that person and what you need to work on, what you need to change if you want a better life. People want a better life. Think about it this way. I want a better life. Think about it. Think about it. Then I got to move on to the rest of the law so I can finish for today. People say, I want a better life. Okay, now if you want a better life, that means where you're at right now, you're not good enough. So you have to get better to get better. I want a better life, which means you're not there. But if you get better, you qualify and you deserve a better life. You can't stay the same and want better. If you stay the same, then you deserve the same life. And nobody's mad at you. You say, this is all I want, then you're good. Don't change. You could be 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old. If you're happy with what you got, don't worry about it. Stay the same. But you cannot be contradictory. You cannot be, at the end of the day, foolish and think you deserve better when you have not gotten better. Better deserves better. You hear Dr. Ellis say every week on Pep Talk, you can have it if you're willing to develop the habits. You can have more because you can become more. See how more gets more? The habits you get the habit. Better, once you get better, you can't get better if you don't get better. And you got so many foolish people out there. Oh man, I want this, I want that, I want this. I want more than what I got, but I'm not willing to become more than what I am. Phooey. Not going to happen. Law of change. You got to continue to change. Growth. All right? Next law, the law of gratitude. The law of gratitude. The more proactive you are, the more happiness you'll find. Be thankful. I'm thankful right now just to be living. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my wife, my kids. I'm thankful for my business. Thankful for the ministry. I'm thankful for all that I've been through that helped me get to this point where I'm at now. I'm thankful for the relationships. I'm thankful for the association. I'm thankful. All right? Gratitude is all about attitude. And some folks just got a bad attitude. Even when they say they're grateful. I mean, I appreciate it. They say that raggedy. You ever heard somebody tell you they appreciate you, but they say it all raggedy, or they tell you thank you? Thank you. Oh, I could kill them. Them people have a hard life. Here's why. They're kicking against the stone. They're kicking against the prick. They're going against the law. See, you want to put that stuff out there. You want to be grateful for everything. It's a boomerang effect. And while to come back to you, you want to be grateful and thankful for everything. Because you could be dead and gone. Really. Sometimes you wonder, man, why are these people still here? My God, just to remove these people whining, complaining all day, every day. You got people who literally is their career, their job. They whine and complain every day about everything. And unfortunately, they can't understand why people like me don't want to be around them. Nobody want to hear that all day. You become so toxic, so negative. Nobody want to hear you complain. And stop making excuses and operate on the law of responsibility. The law of change. You need to change. But people call you. You ain't doing nothing. People call you. What you doing? Nothing. All right, let me go ahead and complain to you real quick since you ain't doing nothing. Look, I'm busy, man. I'm busy. Doing what? Working on me. Full-time job. Working on my future, full-time job. Working on my business, full-time job. But be grateful. The people who are grateful will always find happiness. Because they realize today that happiness is not based on things. They understand that. Happiness is a state thereof. And you cannot find it. You cannot get there without you whining and complaining all day, every day. Your roadmap is going to lead you to destruction. Be grateful for everything. Not because, well, you hear people say, well, but be grateful because there's some people got it worse. That's not a reason to be grateful just because you're doing a little bit better than somebody else. That's not a reason to be grateful. You be grateful because you're doing good, regardless. So even when you pray, you're being grateful. You're thanking God. That's the law of gratitude. Thank you. When you tithe and give 10%, thank you, God. Thank you. Because I cannot have nothing. Not because, I'm doing better than he is or she is. Don't do that. You don't have to find yourself doing better because you see somebody else doing worse. Don't do that. It's like running a track meet. You don't race against everybody else. You're just trying to beat your best time. If I beat my best time, then I'll beat everybody who's in the race. I'm beating me, not beating everybody else. And unfortunately, that's what it's called keep up with the Joneses, just worrying about what everybody else is doing. I really don't care about what everybody else is doing. I really don't have that type of time to think about what everybody else is doing. And for you to actually be that naive and think people really care about what you're doing, you're crazy. People are not going home thinking about you. They got their own lives and situations and problems to think about. They're not thinking about you. People talking about me. Nobody thinking about you but you. All right? Gratitude. You'll always find happiness when you're grateful. Be grateful every day. I am. The law of persistence. The law of persistence. Whatever has real value requires persistence. Whatever has real value requires persistence. And this is where you develop your thoughts, your patterns, your principles, your precepts, your beliefs. Whatever has value requires persistence, the law of persistence. Jesus talked about it in Matthew 7:7. He says what? Ask and ye shall receive. I asked, nobody told me nothing. Keep asking. See? Stay persistent. I asked old girl to dance. I asked old girl to go out. She said no. Be persistent. No more when Jesus fed the 5,000 men plus women and children. The disciples said, we got all these people out here. We ain't got nothing out here to feed them. Jesus said, go out and ask everybody. Everybody? Everybody. Be persistent. They found a lad with 2 pieces of fish and 5 loaves. Big Mama said it like this. She didn't say the law of persistence, but she said something like this. Baby, anything worth having is worth working for. All right? See, that's persistent. You got to work for it. If anything of value, all right, work for it. The law of persistence. If you say persistence, I remember when I was a sales guy years ago, just getting out of college, got my first sales job. I had a couple of clients that tell me, the only reason I'm doing business with you, Ellis, you stay persistent. You kept calling. I kept telling you no, but you kept calling no. Well, they didn't know it was already in my Rolodex that I had put it in there every 90 days. I'm going to keep calling this joker until I get an opportunity. And that's all it was. I just stayed persistent. It's just in my Rolodex. Keep calling. Keep calling. Keep calling. It's called the law of averages. We'll talk about that another day. But, yeah, if you call enough people, you'll get enough answers. Get enough yes, all right? All right, let's move on. The law of here and now. The law of here and now. The present is all we have. The past is gone. The future is yet to exist. There's only now. The law of here and now. It's called a present. It's called the present. The gift. Take advantage of the here and now. Take advantage of the here and now. Don't put anything off. Take advantage of the here and now. That's all you get. If you want a tree tomorrow, you got to plant the seed when? Now. You got to do it here and now. You can't wait. You got to do it here and now. So it's called the law of here and now. All we have is now. The law of patience and reward is another law. The law of patience and reward. Nothing of value is created without patient mindset. I can tell you right now, at my age of 49 years old, I've become real patient. And I was in my early 30s, definitely in my 20s. Oh, I want everything when. Now. I want everything. Uh-oh. Boy, I got persistent on that one. I want everything now. No, you can't get everything now. Why? Because you're not ready now. Jesus said something like this. He told his disciples, I have many things I want to say to you, but you can't receive them now. You can't bear them now. But when the Holy Spirit comes, he will teach you and guide you in all things. Right. There's certain things, again, you have not experienced yet. You had not come in contact with now. All right. You hadn't come to that fork in the road yet. You can't handle it now. All right. But you will experience it sooner or later. Be patient. When a farmer plants a seed in the ground, he knows he's not going to get a tree tomorrow. But if he's patient enough to continue to water it and nurture it, he'll get it. But he has to be patient. Patience still is a virtue, and patience is a law. Patience and reward. If you're patient, life will reward you. But you got to be patient. All right? Nothing of value is created without a patient mindset. And the last law, the law of significance and inspiration. The law of significance and inspiration. The best reward is one that makes an impact. Rewards are a direct result of where you put your energy and effort. You might have heard me say on this show, one of my segments, that I first want to be successful. Now, success is an individual thing. Person is successful is an individual thing. But to be significant is mean you're helping others become successful. And that's what I so desire to do the second half of my life. I want to be significant. I want to help others be successful. All right? And it's through the pep talk. It's through coaching sessions. It's through my books. It's through the seminars and conferences that I choose to be significant for the next, 49 years of my life that I want to be significant. All right? Success is individual, and significant is when you help others around you become successful. All right? So let me run through these real quick so we can be done. The law of love, the law of cause and effect, the law of creation, the law of humility, the law of growth, the law of responsibility, the law of connection, the law of focus, the law of hospitality and giving, the law of change, the law of gratitude, the law of persistent, the law of here and now, and the law of patience and reward, and last, the law of significance and inspiration. All right? So I hope I've been significant and hope I've been an inspiration to you that live by these laws and your life will improve overnight because they are laws. All right? Though you can't see them, don't mean, just like gravity, they're not working. Okay? So anyway, hope you have a blessed and wonderful day on today being Thursday, August 20th? Yeah, August 20th. All right, so be blessed. I'll see you on Tuesday. Next week, we're going to dive into some new stuff. I can't wait to talk about the importance and value and benefits of mentorship. All right? God bless you. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye now.